Why are certain events and stories of evil repeated in history? The reason why human history seems to be nothing more than a continuous repetition of sin stories, with the prospect of an ideal world seemingly so distant, is not that God is powerless, or he is not absolute, but it is that man has not realized his personal share of responsibility to fulfill God's will, and directly or indirectly allowed the fulfillment of Satan's will in his own individual life. God is absolute, eternal and omnipotent, therefore, the fulfillment of his purpose for creation and his purpose for restoration are equally absolute. But there must be cooperation in realizing each individual's own share of responsibility. God's desire for restoration will be definitely fulfilled as promised and declared by him in Isaiah 46:11. Therefore, when a man, working for God's dispensation, does not realize his own responsibility, God, after a certain period of time, restores the same foundation and previous conditions, and chooses another man to complete the same mission. This is precisely why we observe very similar facts and events recurring throughout the history of God's dispensation, even after periods of 2 or 4,000 years. So summing up, in order to fulfill the purpose of creation in the fallen world dominated by Satan, God accomplishes the dispensation for restoration by continuously separating good from evil. Almost all of human history consists of the struggle between good and evil, between God and Satan. There is a continuous conflict in the life of every single person, family, nation, world, between the existing sovereignty of Satan who seeks to maintain dominion over humanity, and God who seeks to liberate every person from the influence of Satan and the forces of evil, spiritually and physically. God and Satan are the real protagonists, behind the scenes, of human history, and, the sooner a person becomes aware of this in his or her life, the sooner God can help him or her fight the evil that seeks to influence his or her personal history and deliver him or her from the substantial influences of Satan. Such struggle between good and evil started from the first murder reported in the Bible of Cain who killed his brother Abel and is the reason why history has progressed in good and evil and has been marked by continuous conflicts and wars. As a result, God and Satan are behind all kinds of human conflict, whether it occurs between individuals, families, nations or groups of nations, and whether it occurs over property, land, economic power, ideologies or beliefs.